Ellen is with us in New Orleans. Hi, Ellen. Welcome to the Dave Ramsey Show.
Hi, how are you?
Better than I deserve. What's up?
That's good. I have a question for you. I'm hoping you can confirm the direction that I think I need to go in. I am recently widowed. My husband passed away in his 50s, and I'm in my 50s also.
I'm sorry. When did he pass?
In 2016.
16. Okay, 2 years ago.
Yes.
Okay, 3 years ago.
Almost 3 years, yes.
Okay, I'm sorry.
2016. Thank you. I appreciate that. And we've been able to raise 2 wonderful kids. Right before he passed away, we were in the middle of building our dream home where we were planning on staying for the rest of our lives. Mm-hmm. He passed away, and I ended up finishing the project, and my kids moved in with me. Now they no longer live with me, mm-hmm. and I am ready to sell my house. I'm also in real estate, mm-hmm. and I have my house on the market. Mm-hmm. The good news is that we have a lot of equity in the house, mm-hmm. and I would like to take the proceeds from the sale of the house mm-hmm. and put it into something else, either a double or I guess that's really my question. You know, what would be your best advice with what to do with the money that I get once I go through the active sale?
Okay. So where would you like to end up when you're 70?
That's a great question. Well, I certainly am striving to be debt-free.
Okay.
I have a mortgage right now on this house.
So how much equity will you get out of this house?
When I go to the active sale, I'll probably be able to take out about $400,000, maybe a little bit more, $400,000 or a little bit more.
Right. And what is this house worth? The one you're selling?
It's worth in the high eights, definitely.
Okay. So if you move from an $800,000 house to a $400,000 house and paid cash, that'd be a pretty substantial move down. Is that something you'd want to do?
What I want to do is not be in debt, and I want to be wise, mm-hmm. and I really ultimately want to leave something to my children because I know that's what their father mm-hmm. would want, if at all possible.
That's the last thing on the list, not the first thing. The first thing is for you to be wise and create a sustainable situation that you can go forward without huge amounts of financial stress and be able to build some wealth. The result of that will be an inheritance to your kids. But we're not going to make the moves. We're going to make wise moves for you that will result in wealth that gives you the ability to leave an inheritance. We're not going to say, I got to do this because of an inheritance.
Okay.
Okay. So what are you making a year selling real estate?
Well, I'm a new realtor, so I'm not making a whole lot yet.
What are you living on?
Getting that's what I was going to say. I'm getting, as my husband's cases are settling, I'm getting revenue from that. And so, for example, last year, I probably made, from his cases, almost $200,000.
Yeah,
and I've got another couple of years.
I don't understand. His cases, he was an attorney?
Yeah, he was an attorney.
And his law firm is honoring his split on the case settlements.
The law firm that we are now associated with has been honoring that, yes.
Okay, good. Okay.
So I have another couple of years where that's going to happen, mm-hmm. but the situation is I don't know. I don't have a guarantee on what's coming in mm-hmm. per year. I don't have that.
How much other money do you have?
So I've got about $50,000 mm-hmm. on the side, $50,000 in reserve.
Gotcha. And
that I'm trying very hard not to touch.
Yeah, and how much do you have in retirement savings?
That is it. That's my retirement savings. Is that $50,000?
You don't have it.
And then whatever I get from this house.
Not an old 401k from him. No life insurance proceeds from him that are available. Nothing else we're talking about.
Very minimal life insurance, and that is correct. Nothing else that we're talking about other than the proceeds from his law practice mm-hmm, mm-hmm. and the house that I have.
Yeah, I would buy a $400,000 house or less and pay cash for it. And I would get your career, and I'd get your career up and running before the income from these cases run out.
Okay.
And if you're making $100,000 a year selling real estate, which I kind of think you can do after talking to you for a few minutes, if you do that, then you're 52, 53, 54 years old, and your only income mm-hmm. is your real estate income, and you're making really good money, and you could do that for the following 20 years and invest and have a paid-for house and almost no personal overhead. That puts you in a very, very good position.
Okay, I'm glad to hear that.
I mean, so let's say you make $100,000 a year, and starting at age 55, and you do that to age 75, because lots of people sell real estate up into their 70s and 80s. Okay, not unusual at all, because it's a fun business, and they get energy.
It is. I'm having a lot of fun.
Yeah, you get energy from it. So it's not like I gotta quit my job. I hate my job. You know, it's not that kind of thing. So you're probably going to work for 20 years, right? And so if you say $15,000 a year for 20 years, I mean, you're going to have millions of dollars in that account.
Okay.
And that doesn't count, you know, the fact that you can probably do more than that, given that you don't have any personal overhead. We just got rid of your house payment.
Yeah, that's true. And we thank God we don't have any credit card debt or any car debt, nothing like that, thank God.
Yeah, you're in great shape.
Really, the thing that I need to get rid of is the house note.
Yep. Yep, I agree. And there's nothing to panic about. You're okay. You got the money to pay the house note. We're not going to give this house away, but I would take my time in repurchasing, because the money's made at the buy, and I would try to take my $400K cash and get a steal of a deal somewhere, because you can make an offer on Monday and close on Friday when you're sitting on cash.
Right.
That gives you buyer power. Gives you power as a buyer. And you'll experience that as you represent cash buyers later on, too. But in other words, I think you might slip up on a $500,000 house for $400,000.
Yeah, that would be wonderful. And so a couple of people have advised me that maybe take not all of the money, but take most of the money and put it down and carry a small note. But you're saying that that is not your advice.
Nope. I'd be debt free.
Okay.
I'd be debt free.
Okay, I like that idea very much.
If you can find a house that suits your needs in that price range, I'd be debt free. And I think you can. The only problem for you is not a $400,000 home in the New Orleans area. The only problem is you've been used to living in an $800,000 home in the New Orleans area.
Well, you're right. You're absolutely right. But you know what? It's okay. My kids are well taken care of, and it's just me living in this house. So. Yeah. I'm happy to move on. I've got a zeal in me to work and to develop my career. Yeah. And I'd like to probably buy something like a double where I could get that income on the side. I wouldn't
want a renter next door today. That might be your next move.
Okay.
But right now, let's just get your career going. If you have a steady stream of income because you've raised your competency in the real estate business and you're actually making some bucks doing that, you're going to have the money to buy some other rentals and even pay cash and move up in-house later if you want to. You're going to have the money to do all of that. If you'll just stay super conservative like we're talking about, you got no personal overhead, no payments, your life is in a really, really good position.